This is Dumbed Down Life number 87.
I hear bored people.
I can see them moving through the bedroom. Please help me chase the monsters from my head. Away, chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters away. Chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters away. Chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters, chasing the monsters.
And that was Common Ground with the song Monsters. Now, this time we really do need to give the URL out because it's not obvious, is it?
No, I don't think it is. You've caught me on the hop because I haven't got the show notes open. Hang on.
The URL is www.texasrockband.com.
That's the one. That's the one.
Now, I'm not sure why Common Ground are using texasrockband.com, but there you go. Hello, Lance.
Good evening, Darren.
How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You say good evening, but it feels like good morning to me.
Why?
I got up at 3 o'clock.
Well, why would you want to do something like that?
I don't want to, I just have been. Just for the past few days and for the rest of the week, I'm currently working from 9 to 5. That's 9 in the evening until 5 in the morning.
Oh, not
and I've
nice.
never done that before.
Have you not? It's the first time you've ever done nights?
Yeah, first time
Wow.
I've ever done nights. Normally, nights for me is finishing at sort of 11, midnight at the latest. Well, I guess much after that, and it's early mornings. But no, this one started on. You lose track of what day it is. Started on Saturday at 9 o'clock at night, and finished on Sunday at 5 o'clock in the morning. The agency were kind enough to let me know on Friday that I'd be doing this kind of shift of work, so you had no real time to acclimatise to the new working hours. You say that, have you done overnight work like that before? Then have you?
I've done it quite a few times, yeah. Where I work now, excuse me, where I work now,
Yeah.
before I worked for the IT company that I was working with when I met you,
Yep.
I worked for the company then that I now work for again.
Yep.
But I used to be on the shop floor working the machines and that, and I did, probably 4 or 5 different stints of night shifts.
Right, because deadlines have got to be met, and therefore they were
Absolutely.
doing 24-hour round-the-clock production at the time.
On certain things, yeah. It's not quite as busy as that. It's a smaller company now than it was then. But yeah, back then we were working just the factory pretty much never shut.
I'm trying to think. Your factory, you've got like the sunlight coming through opaque roof, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or is it all? Yeah. So you can tell the difference between daylight and
In the summer,
nighttime.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the winter when we were doing it, obviously it's dark at sort of 4 or 5 o'clock in the sort of real deep of winter,
Yeah.
and doesn't start getting light till sort of 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much lived your life in darkness.
Yeah. Well, this one, it's working in a data center. And the way that these data centers work, they're highly air conditioned to keep all of the computers cooled. And of course, computers don't need windows, so you go into this big data center, and it's a constant temperature, no matter what the temperature is outside, constant level of light because there are no windows, and well, computers don't need a clock to look at to know the time, so there's no clocks on the walls.
So if the computers don't need Windows, what operating system are they running?
Boom, boom. Thank you very much, sir, and good night. um,
If there's an
yes,
obvious joke, I shall
so
say it.
there's no vista to see out of the windows.
Oh, no.
But I'm doing it for the experience, or should I say the XP? Yes. um, so yeah, it's a very strange experience of sort of working with no real concept of what the time is. But yeah, and so consequently now I'm not sure which end of the week it is, what time of the day it is, and it's
Now I read somewhere, kind of related, but on a bit of a tangent. I read somewhere that casinos in places like Las Vegas,
yes,
they do this on purpose.
exactly
There
the
are
same
no
thing. Yeah.
lights, no windows, or any clocks or anything inside the casinos in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Purely so, people lose track of time and they spend more and more of their time in there throwing their money away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I say there's no windows in the sort of canteen staff area. There is a window, and when you're in there, and it's all bright lit and air conditioned still, but you look outside and it sort of strikes you that it's night time, and you then start feeling a bit tired, but then you go back into the data hall, and losing all track of time again. Then, if you're busy, then time tends to pass pretty quickly. And I should imagine that's going to be the same with the casinos. If you're being entertained and if you're having a laugh and you're buying a drink and there's no licensing laws that say that the drinks have to stop at a certain time, yeah, you're not going to have an idea of what time it is, and you're going to keep spending the money all the while you got some.
Yeah. So what is it you're actually doing?
Um, the thing with these different data center jobs is there's different thoughts on the best way to do it. I've done data center work in the past where you unbox, you being the one engineer unboxes it, puts it into the cabinet, puts the cables into the back, puts the power into it, plugs the keyboard and the monitor into it, and makes sure that it works.
So you're not actually sort of inputting numbers and anything. You're physically installing the
Physically
data
installing
center.
it. Well, that's
Right.
one way of doing it. The way that this particular install is going is that there is another company who come in and are fitting the boxes into the racks. There's another company that are coming in and putting cables that go from the network boxes to the back of the computer, but they just leave them dangling because they don't know how to plug them in, supposedly. And then all I'm doing is coming along and plugging the cables in and making them tidy. Doesn't sound like much, but you'd be surprised how many people get this sort of thing wrong. So it does take a little bit of common sense and a little bit of practice to make sure it all goes right.
Hey girl, let's go down, wash our hands in the Carolina tide. Let's go down and dive and come back like babies. Hey girl, let's go down, wash our sins in the muddy brown waves. Wash the world away and come back again. Let our sleeping die and roll out of these graves. Hey girl, the water don't know, the shore don't care who you were before. We're not them anymore. You know you're not the same.
And that was John Mark MacMillan with Carolina Tide. I don't know an awful lot about him, but I chose this purely on the fact that he is in fact from North Carolina, which is the state that Doug lives in.
Ah, right. And again, the URL for that isn't quite as obvious as it might be. It's www.thejohnmark.com/WRDPRS.
You can actually get to it just from thejohnmark.com, but it's got one of these sort of enter site pages
Right.
that you have
Okay.
to click on that takes you to the. I'm assuming that's WordPress, is it? WRDPRS?
I'm guessing so. Yeah.
Takes you to that page, and I thought I'd save people the hassle of having to click that extra button one more time.
Yep. So all you have to do is go to the show notes to follow the links if you can't remember what it is that we're saying here for the actual URLs.
Absolutely.
So I've got to get ready to go off to work again. And hopefully I'll be awake this time tomorrow to record another with you.
Yes, hopefully. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and we'll speak to you again tomorrow.
Bye.
You can call the Dumbed Down Life crew on 07092 274 759.
You can follow us on Twitter. Our account name is Dumbed Down Life.
The email address is ddl.podshow@gmail.com. The website address is www.dumbeddownlife.com.
We need some kind of a beep or something to let us notify that you're recording.
Beep.
That was common ground with. Now we want to do a This Is Dumbed Down Life first, don't we?
Beep.